Hey, Cupcake, I'm um, wh- what are you doing? What are you doing with my phone? You weren't supposed to do that. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, like I didn't do anything bad. I just, oh, don't look at me like that. Y- I mean, your eyes are beautiful, but also don't look at me like that. I know it's weird. Okay, I know. Uh, I can't help it. I get curious about things, and well, I guess you saw. I guess you saw how curious I get. All right. Well, since you saw it, I guess I could. I guess I could explain. Um, just promise me you won't laugh, okay? Or at least not too hard. I mean, you have a lovely laugh. I really love your laugh. It's infectious, but um, I'm already mortified as it is. So could we just not? Thank you. So I guess you saw the things I was looking up, like yeah, that had a kiss without accidentally breathing fire. I know. We've been dating for a while, and I know I've never actually done it, but you don't know how terrifying it is. Like every single time our lips touch, I love you. I love you, and the idea of hurting you with something as stupid as a sneeze, right? An accidental sneeze or surprise gasp. No. It's never actually had. Well, once there have been a few times where there was a little puff of smoke, yeah, just barely warm. Um, but it does. It was enough to make me worry, even if it's not likely. It is something that I worry about. Um, and you're always very understanding about the things that make me nervous, and it just makes me love you that much more. But that also makes me more nervous about the whole fire thing, which makes me search for even more ridiculous tutorials online. Like that one. Okay, that one looks bad. That one looks bad. That whole like human boyfriend Karen feeding thing. That no, I don't mean it like that. It's before you get that worried look on your very handsome face. I need you to know that I don't think of you as a pet. I just well, you know how dragons get with our instincts. We have these naturally protective and nurturing instincts with our treasures. Our yeah, well, yeah, yes, our treasures and you. Um, you're definitely my most precious treasure. I, but I had no idea what humans actually like need. I mean, I know like food and water and shelter and sleep, but how much, right? Like how much, how often? What's normal? What temperature should your sleeping area be? Should I be building you a nest? These are important questions. You're so perfect and wonderful to me. I just I want to make sure that I'm taking proper care of you. Oh, well, thank you. If you think that's cute, Just wait until you hear about the 3-hour deep dive I did into optimal human sleeping positions because I was worried my tail was taking up too much bed space. It turns out that humans are very adaptable, but I still feel guilty, every time you have to curl around me. Oh, oh, oh God, that one is embarrassing. The 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 one that had to tell if a human boyfriend is happy in a relationship with a dragon. That I mean, you know me. I overthink everything. Like everything. Like it's one thing to overthink things when your boyfriend goes quiet, but I was overthinking things when you went quiet during a movie. I would wonder if you had second thoughts every time you hesitated before introducing me to your friends. I would spiral into this whole internal panic about whether or not you were embarrassed of me. I know. You've said it 1,000 times that you love me and you're proud of me and proud to be with me, and I believe you. I do. I just sometimes my brain gets all twisted up in knots, and then next thing you know, it's 2 a.m. and I'm googling signs that a human regrets dating a dragon and feeling stupid. You're being very patient with me right now. I appreciate that. You know that, right? I think a lot of people would have run away by now. um, but here you are, just sitting there with that gentle expression on your face and waiting for you to explain my entire mortifying digital history. That's why I adore you. I am mortified by all of that, but you don't make me feel stupid for my anxieties. Oh, you haven't gotten to the whole series of searches about dragon girlfriend etiquette, have you? Because apparently I was convinced that I was breaking some kind of interspecies dating rules that I didn't even know exist. Like, is it rude to hoard your boyfriend's hoodies? That was actually a real search, by the way. I have like 6 of them in my sleeping nook now, and they all smell like you. And honestly, it's just the most comforting thing in the world. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean only 6? You noticed? Oh, yeah. Okay. That's yeah. I 7 because I took one yesterday. I'm sorry. Um, the blue one that you love, and it was just sitting there, and it was looking so cozy, and it was smelling like you, and you. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think it's sweet, but also you can have them back. Um, most of them. Some of them. A couple of them. If you promise to wear them and give them back. Oh, are you still looking? Um, oh boy. Well, because apparently I have no shame, and so you're gonna come across a search history about human mating rituals. It sounds way worse than it is. I swear it sounds so much worse than it is. I was just trying to understand if I was missing any, like important relationship milestones. Like have we had some sort of formal courtship dance that I'd missed, or was I supposed to like present you with a deer as tribute or something? These are the types of things that keep me up at night because you mean the world to me, and I don't want to mess this up. Okay, okay, your face is pretty priceless right now. I get it. Yes, I did actually consider the deer thing, and honestly, I'm very glad that I asked the internet before I just showed up at your apartment with some woodland creatures. Though I did bookmark a few articles about thoughtful gifts for human boyfriends because, yeah, apparently flowers and chocolate are more appropriate than prey animals. Who knew? Um, okay. You're not doing a very good job of not laughing, but I get it. And you're not being too bad. I appreciate that. Here's one that's a little sad. How to be less awkward around boyfriends, friends. Because every time you introduce me to people, I turn into this nervous, rambling, gibbering mess who just rabbits on about random dragon facts that nobody ever asked for. Like last week's barbecue. Spent 20 minutes telling people about the aerodynamics of dragonflight. Your poor cousin. She was just trying to eat her burger. And then you were so sweet afterwards, trying to tell me that everyone thought I was interesting and unique. But I also know that they were just being polite because they love you and they want you to be happy. Which is actually really wonderful. You have really amazing people in your life who care about you so much, and it makes me love you even more. Seeing how devoted your friends and family are to you, just like I am. But yeah, that did lead to me Googling small talk topics that don't involve medieval history or fire safety, and how to laugh at human jokes when you don't understand the cultural references, and why do humans make weather comments, how to respond appropriately. I've bookmarked so many conversation guides. You have no idea. You know what though? Even with all my research and my preparation, my favorite conversations are still the ones we have, when it's just us. When you tell me about your day or what you're planning, uh, when we talk about our upcoming weekend together, or when you're explaining some human custom to me that seems really bizarre, but makes perfect sense once you break it down. You have this wonderful way of making everything feel natural and easy. And speaking of things that seem bizarre at first, uh, I searched human courting gifts that don't involve gems or gold because, like, my first instinct was obviously, present you with the finest treasures from my hoard. But apparently, modern human relationships work a bit differently than ancient dragon customs. I understand now that that was a little like love bomby. Uh, but I do notice that you still wear that little sapphire ring I gave you on our third date, so that makes me happy. Thank you. Seeing you wear something from my collection, it's like you're carrying a piece of my heart with you everywhere you go. Is that too sentimental? Is that? You know what? I don't care. I don't care if it is. You do make me sentimental. I'm not always like this. You bring out this soft, mushy side of me that I didn't even know existed. Oh, oh, yeah. I also, speaking of, I also did that truly mortifying search for dragging girlfriends being too clingy. What are the signs? Because I noticed that I was texting you like a lot, like a lot, and wanting to spend every free moment together. And I thought maybe, possibly, occasionally following you to work from a distance just to make sure that you got there safely and I wasn't in the way. Uh, it was only twice. It was only twice, and I stayed invisible. And it was only because you mentioned that you would have that weird guy at the coffee shop who was bothering people, and I just wanted to make sure. Huh? Yeah, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. I can see, from the expression on your face that you already knew about that. How do you know about that? And are you mad? Why aren't you mad? You're not mad, are you? Please don't be mad. I was just worried because you're so precious to me. But you're not mad. Of course you're not mad. No, of course you're not mad. You're just patient. You're always patient. You get that patient, loving look that just melts my heart every single time. Hmm. How did I get so lucky? I mean, seriously, what are the odds? Like, the one human I'd fall completely head over heels in love with would be someone who was as understanding and wonderful as you are. Hmm? Oh, okay, you can stop looking now. No, 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 it gets really embarrassing from here. I just, don't, please. How to tell if you're in love versus just dragon bonding instincts, because it was so confusing. I was confused. I was very confused about my feelings at first. Like, okay, so dragons mate for life, and when we find our person-ish, our part, it's just very overwhelming. It is a very overwhelming, very all-consuming thing, and I didn't know if what I was feeling was actually that, if it was real love, or if it was just sort of some sort of compulsion, because it did feel a little compulsive, like when I was, yeah, following you. But I think I realized that they might be just different words for the same thing. Because whatever I feel for you, it's everything. It makes me want to smile every day and miss you every moment that you are gone, and it makes me feel like the whole world is brighter when you're around, and I care about you. I care about you and your dreams and your worries and your terrible jokes that make me snort laugh, even though they're objectively awful, and I love them. And it's also trusting you enough to let you see my search history, apparently. Even the really, really embarrassing stuff. Like, dragon human physical compatibility. And and before you go looking that one up, uh it wasn't what you think. uh, uh, okay, well, it's not only what you think. I was genuinely concerned about, um size difference and strength difference and, uh logistics, because you are so very wonderfully, human sized and soft, and I'm I'm not exactly built for delicate handling, you know? Like, am I now? I must have read like 50 articles on gentle giants in relationships and how to hug without crushing and appropriate pressure for the human back rubs because I love touching you and holding your hand and cuddling and all of it, but I'm also constantly aware that I could accidentally hurt you if I'm not careful. You're so perfectly fragile and precious. Though I have to say, you have been very patient. I with me, my learning curve. You remember those first weeks with just every little touch was so nerve wracking, and you just kept encouraging me, showing me what felt good, and teaching me how resilient humans actually are. And you are an amazing teacher and an even more amazing boyfriend. Hmm. Oh, you can keep looking, but if you come across one that says, "Is it normal to want to kidnap a boyfriend?" I can explain. That's not as sinister as it sounds. It's just yes, sometimes when you're at work, sometimes when you're hanging out with your friends, I just want to scoop you up and carry you back to my lair and keep you safe and happy forever. So yeah, like kidnapping and I wouldn't. Not really, not without your consent. It's not a control thing. It's a protection thing. There's that instinct that dragons have that like treasure belongs in the hoard where it's safe. And you're my treasure, and so obviously the instinct applies to you too. But I also know that that is not how a healthy relationship works. So that's why I was just googling it instead of actually doing it. I mean, it's right there. I didn't do it. Obviously, I didn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I did bookmark some articles on romantic gestures involving flight. So just in case you ever want to try the whole. In case you want to try the whole like being swept off your feet type of thing, but voluntarily. You know, I thought sunset flights, something kind of magical like that. I would love to show you the world from Dragon Height. Plus, you look really good with the wind in your hair and that expression on your face when you're just excited about something or seeing something beautiful. And oh, hang on. Yeah, sorry. Wait, focus. All right. So, also, how to deal with dragon jealousy in a relationship because if I'm being honest, I have some issues with I have some issues. I have some issues with sharing your attention, which I'm working on. I really am. I'm working on it, and sometimes when other people flirt with you, though, when you get really excited to talk to somebody else, that's not me, and that's the part of my brain that just goes mine and getting like big, big thoughts, big possessive thoughts and so I read up on healthy jealousy versus toxic jealousy and communication strategies and trust building and I'm getting better. I didn't even breathe fire that time when the barista at the new cafe wrote her number on your cup. I just burned a napkin later when you weren't looking. Oh, you're giving me that look again. And I did keep it under control. I did. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad you think that's cute, because um honestly, I don't want to change that part of myself. I I like that you're mine, and I like that everyone knows it. I do promise to express it in healthy, non-terrifying ways. Hmm. Oh, you know what the funniest one I googled was? I actually looked up how to explain embarrassing search histories. It led to about approximately zero helpful results. I guess it's not that common enough a problem for there to be a wiki on it. Um, I guess I will just have to wing it. Hope that your sense of humor and your infinitely patient person will help get us through this conversation. Honestly, just sitting here talking to you about all of it, it feels good. It was embarrassing, yes, but also liberating. Like maybe my anxieties and my insecurities aren't as scary when I can share them with you. Because that's what you do. You make everything better just by being here. You listen without judging, and you laugh at my quirks instead of running from them. And you love me in spite of all my neuroses. You're patient and you're kind and you're wonderful, and every day I wonder what I did to deserve someone as amazing as you. So there you have it. My entire mortifying search history explained. Every anxious 3 a.m. Google session, every overthought relationship question, every desperate attempt to be normal. The most perfect girlfriend for the most perfect human I've ever met. Hmm. Hmm? Oh, oh no. No, no, you're not going to find any searches like that. No, no. I okay, well yes, I do search that type of stuff, but I do it in incognito. Hey there, cupcakes. Thank you for joining me for another story. That one I was very tickled to do. I had that one in my idea bank for a while, and it got pushed forward because I was I have been late passing people scripts. My The Necronomicon has a few lines that are being done by Xena Alexander, and my Arrogant Superhero has some lines that have already been done by Clover. Clover Says Hi, and by Lacey at Lacey Audio, and also by Method Switch. And I need to pass Cena and Starlit Audio their lines as well. So I am very bad about communicating, which is ironic given, writing and talking is basically what I do for a living. So anyway, it's all coming along, and I'm excited to bring them to you. In the meantime, we also have the Runaway Werewolf, who still has a few more chapters left. You will be seeing those coming up soon. I have thanks to give out. There's Danny, my newest patron. It's so very nice to have you, and welcome aboard. And thank you to Natco for being so kind to me. I'm going to be playing pickleball this summer. I'm looking forward to that. And let's, of course, always my bakers and pound cakes who make it so that I can do this every week. There is Tyrant Slayer and Auntie Susie and Pack 3424, Deanster, Charles Tribble Wheaton, Loot Curator, Gunner's Mage, Mushan, The Wholesome Storyteller, William Gungrave, Barry Wilburn, Esteed, SLE Photo, Harper Evolution, Arc Redemption, Wolf 9004, Malice Silo, Army Guy 007, Lou Bunny, Meryl, Mr. Rickles, Darth Mythis, Red Death 48, Always Able, Old Bean UK, Kolek 92, The Swaggy Llama, Artlow, Pierce Tailish, and Christian Cleopatra. You guys are so wonderful to me, and I hope you will all be as good to yourselves as you are to me. I will talk to you soon. Oh, also, if you like this story, keep in mind that she's going to be in the spicy this week. Have fun. See you on Sunday with that.